It is Wednesday, December 7th, 4 p.m. This is a meeting of the Board of Assessors. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
I'll make the motion to open.
And I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are in session. We do have minutes for approval. The meeting date of November 2nd, 2022. Open and executive. Have you had a chance to look them over?
Yes, yeah. I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. The agenda, we do have both open and executive session meetings today. For the open part, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Kelly for start us off with the fiscal 2023 tax rates.
Okay, thanks, Bob. The fiscal 2023 tax rates have been set. $12 per $1,000 value for residential and commercial, industrial, personal property, $16.98 per thousand. It was a 35% tax shift that was ratified by the Board of Selectmen, and the tax rates were set as of November 29th. With that being said, the timeline for the real estate and personal property actual commitments for the third and fourth quarter bill to go out for January 1 is on schedule. So the taxpayers can be expecting the mailing on time. Again, as a reminder, that's also the period of abatement, which would be within the month of January. So until February 1st, 2023, you can apply for an abatement with the Board of Assessors. You can definitely contact the office and we can give you the information and tell you how to proceed with that if that's the case. With that being said, the next item is we've been asked by the town administrator to give fiscal 2024 budget scenarios. The three scenarios asked of us are for a level fund, a 1% increase, and a 5% decrease. Give you a copy, Lacey, if you look. And basically, with the contractual things, of course, those stand still. The only thing we really see moved around is, unfortunately, some of the training and testing and overtime. The other ones are basically licensing and contracts that we have for software and for contract of salaries. So there's not really a lot of room to move with the budget. The budget does run very lean. We've been asked to do this. They are projecting that it will be a tight budget this year for Acushnet for operational purposes for FY24. So I don't know where we'll stand at this point. This is the request we've been asked for, so that's what I had turned into the town administrator.
It looks like to do any type of decrease, we were removing the overtime budget and removing any testing, training.
That's right. There's nowhere else I can really move around because it's either contractual or dues and subscriptions. They don't go down. If anything, they'll go up. That might even be underfunded because we don't know that until the year comes.
The plot plans, do we have somebody doing that for us?
Yes, actually plot plans are done by Schneider and Leone. They do the FY23 changes to the actual cadastral tax map, but the digitized maps are done by a company called CAI Technologies, and they also produce the MassGIS digitized upgrades that appear on the Muni Mapper through the MassGIS website.
And the $1,100 is enough to do that?
It just does updates. It doesn't revamp the whole town per year.
Because I'm looking at 2021 where we spent $1,680.
That was the inception year of actually transitioning to a digitized map format.
Okay.
So it was a little bit more money. What happens is we kind of, when it comes to expenses, the actual cost on the line item is fluid, where it's the bottom line of the 61,000 and change. Those are expenses. The line items, if we go over or under, there's really not an issue.
Okay.
So that's how it usually works out. If not, then we have to go for a reserve fund transfer and see where it takes us.
I see what you're saying. If we go over a little in plot plans, we take it out of software or something else.
Yeah, that's how it has to be, right?
Okay.
Exactly. And that's about it for open session. I just want to remind the taxpayers again,
Have you submitted this to the
I
town
have.
administrator?
I have, it's all set.
Thank you.
That also in January, as a reminder, forms of list will be going out. Those are for the inventory for personal property accounts. Those will be mailed out to all the existing accounts, and new accounts may receive the applications as well. A new account would be anything that would have been flagged as a new business certificate through the town clerk's office or through Discovery. And we are requesting the next meeting date for January 11th, 2023. I may ask the Board of Assessors, dependent upon how the abatement process is going, that we meet maybe towards the end of January as well, so we can keep up with the abatement schedule if it's intense during the month of January.
Do you need both, or do you just?
No, I'm gonna do this one for now.
Okay.
By January 11th, usually the influx is usually at the beginning when the tax bills go out and at the end when the third quarter is due, so I can have a good feel for how it's going to be received by the taxpayers.
Next meeting, January 11th at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Okay, we do have to go into executive session now to discuss 2023 personal exemptions, new applicants. We are not going to return in open session. I do need a roll call vote in order to go into executive session.
Aye.
We have Lee Soers with an aye and Bob Brown with an aye.
We have to return to accept the vote in open session once we finish the executive.
I apologize, we will be returning into open session to accept the vote. So we do have two votes with a roll call to go into executive session. We're closed regular session. Having discussed our personal exemptions in executive session, we're ready to return into open session
I'll make that motion.
to vote on them.
I'll make that motion.
Second motion, we are in open session, and I believe our only order of business is to vote for the personal exemptions. We have one new applicant and 5 repeat applicants, and we just need a vote to approve.
I'll make the motion to accept.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. The 6 applications have been approved. Is there any more business for today, Kelly?
Sure.
Okay. We do have our next meeting again, January 11th, 4 p.m. And I will ask for a motion to close the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion been made, and I will second to close the meeting. All in favor?
Yep.
We are adjourned. Thank you.